Hello, mates. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new to this channel, you're very much welcome. So, in today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut and also how to sew a wrap top using a freehand method. And this wrap top can be styled in three ways, as you can see from the inspiration. So, this is me trying to style my round wrap top. So, the first styling I did was to make the overlapping part to be at the front, and this is what it looks like. And the second one I did was to make the overlapping parts to be at the back, then this eye neck to be at the front. So for the belt, you can either tie it to the front or you can tie it to the back. So this is what it looks like, and this is what the back look like. And the third one is to just tie it like this. I did not complete this styling, but you can just tie it like that. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. So guys, I'm using a soft crepe fabric, but if you don't have a crepe fabric, you can just use any material that is not transparent. This is because we will not be adding any lining to the wrap top. So I folded my fabric into two. Then at this lower part here, you measure 1 inch. Then after measuring the 1 inch, you just roll that out. You make it rule a line. This will serve as the hemming allowance at the lower part. So after then, you measure your wrap top length. I'm using length 17. So length 17 is about 2 inches below my half length. So whatever your half length is, you can just go down by 2 inches or at most 3 inches. Then you rule a line at the upper part. Then I'll be adding ½ inch at this part here, which will serve as the joining at the shoulder area. I'm making this video very slow so that beginners can also understand. Please bear with me. So the next thing I will be doing now is to measure my armhole length. So my armhole length is 7 inches. Mine is 7.5 rather. So I'll rule a line across that part also. Then I'll go ahead and just make my armhole curve, just the regular way of making the armhole curve. For those that don't know, what I did was to measure my shoulder measurement divided by 2. My shoulder is 15 inches, so 15 divided by 2 was 7.5. I marked it as this shoulder area and also at the armhole line. Then I'll be measuring my bust measurement divided by 4 at this point. Then this line here, I'll divide it into 2. Then I'll go down by 1 inch. So let's say the length is 8 inches, so 8 divided by 2 is about 4. So I'll go down by 1, that's like 5. Then I'll just make the curve like this, just the usual way of making your armhole line. So this is what I have on this. So the next thing I'll be doing is to mark my bust. So at this armhole area, I'll be marking my bust length. So my bust length is 9. I don't know what yours is, so whatever yours is, you mark it. Then you rule a line across just like this. Then I'll go ahead and measure my bust measurement. So my bust is 34, and 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. Then I'll be adding my joining allowance. So whatsoever your joining allowance you want to use, you can add it. So I add 1.5 as my joining allowance. The next thing I'll be doing now is to go ahead to the end of the top. Then I'll measure my waist divided by 4. I'm sorry, my head is blocking this, my bonnet is blocking the camera. So you measure your waist divided by 4, then you just add your joining allowance of 1.5 inch. There's no need for that on this wrap top, no need for that. So I measured my waist measurement divided by 4. My waist is 26, so I measured 26 divided by 4. Then I now added my 1.5 inches joining allowance, so I'll be connecting it just like this. So this is what I have here. The next thing I'll be doing is to mark a neckline just to make the shoulder slope. So I'll be using 2.5 inches. I'll be using the neckline of 2.5 inches. This is because the neckline for the wrap top is very small. If you notice, it's just like a collar kind of neckline. So then I'll go ahead to make my shoulder slope at this area just by measuring 1 inch from the first line downward. Then I'll connect it like this. So this is my shoulder slope. Yes. So I'll go ahead and just cut this out. So this will serve as my back. So this is what we have after cutting it out. So I'll go ahead and we'll be using this bag to cut the overlapping part for the front. So I folded this fabric into two, then I left some space here. So for the space, I measured what I have at the waist area. So that's the same thing I have for the space towards this front. That will serve as the overlapping so part. At this part here, whatsoever you want your neckline to be, you measure it, then you add 1 inches to it. So I want my overall neckline to be 6.5, but I'll be measuring 7.5 here. This is because I'll be adding a band of 1 inch to this. So I'm measuring 7.5 here. So when I add the band, I will have my 6.5. But if you want your neckline to be lower than what we have, you can go down. You can just use your desired length actually. But for this wrap top, the neckline should not be too low, as you can see from the inspiration. So I will slant this to the shoulder slope, like to the edge of the neckline, which is 2.5. I told you it's 2.5. Then I'm just rolling this part out. I'm so sorry my bonnet is blocking the camera. I did not know, but trust me, I will explain what I did very soon. So at this point here, I measured about 3 inches. Yeah, from the line I drew below, I measured 3 inches upward. This is because I'll be adding a belt to that side. So after noting the line, you just go ahead and connect the neckline down to the tip of that area. So the next thing I'll be doing is to cut my neckline for the back. So for the back, I'm using 1.5 inches. So I'll cut that out. So now this is the front that I'm cutting. Like I told you, this fabric is on fold, so it is overlapping at the front, so you have to cut two of this. So for this part that I measured 3 inches upward, I'll still explain better for you to understand, don't worry. So I went ahead to cut this out. I'm just reshaping this neckline. Yes, so this is what we have here. As you can see, the neckline for the front. So this is what it looks like. So this is the front. Like I said, it is two. So it should be overlapping like this. Yes. So for this area, what we have here is 1 inches for the hemming allowance. Then that's the hemming allowance. Then I have 2 inches. So for this remaining 2 inches, I'll be joining the band with it with ½ inch. So we have 1.5, and the band itself is 1 inch. So 1 inch plus the 1.5, we have 2.5 at that area at the end. So the belt will be adding to this to make the strap long should be 2.5. I hope you get. So I'm just trying to reduce this part here because it is quite more than the 2 inches. So that is just what we have here. As we keep showing you, we understand better, trust me. So what I'm trying to do now is to measure this part here so that I will know the length of the band I'll be cutting. As you know that one is 2 and this one also is folded into 2, so whatever you have, it will be times 2. Now let's cut the sleeve. So this is my sleeve. I folded it by 15 inches is on fold, and the length of this, I took out 1 inch for the elastic casing, then I have 12.5. This is with the joining allowance at the top. So if you want your sleeve to be longer than this, you can increase the length. So my own length is 12 inches, but if you want yours longer, you can use 15 or 16 depending on what you want. So for this sleeve, as you can see, I just drill the curve using a free hand. This is because we'll be making plates at this edge here. That is why it is very wide. We'll be making plates here, so the remaining part of the excess, like the excess part of this sleeve, will be making a pleat at the shoulder area. So this is what we have. So we'll be cutting 2 of this. So I'll be notching this midpoint here so that I can match it with the joining at the shoulder. So now this is the band for the neckline. Like I said, I measured mine and one part is 25 inches. So my total neckline band should be like 50 inches for me. I don't know your own measurement. So this is 3 inches wide. So when you fold it like this, you have 1.5, and I'll be adding stay to it, and I'll be folding it half inch in. You'll be seeing what I'll be doing to this. So this is the belt that I said we'll be adding to the overlapping area just to make it long. So as I told you that the wideness of this belt is 2.5, so I have 6 inches here. So when I sew with half inch unfold, I will have 2.5. So I'll be slanting this edge here. The camera stopped, so I couldn't show you the end result. So this is the back bodice. We'll be joining it together with the front bodice. I hope you are understanding this tutorial. Please let me know in the comment section. So you join this at the shoulder area. Just join it at the shoulder area. Then you also join at the side also. So this is what I have after joining it. So the next thing I want to do is to notch the back neckline. This is because my band that I'm adding, it has a joining at this part, so I wanted to rhyme with the notching at the back. Like I said, I've went ahead to fold half inch inside, so my total length of my band is 1 inch. So you pin like this, you pin all through, just input this neckline, like the fabric you'll be putting inside should be half inch, then you just sew at the top. I prefer using this method because it is always neat for me. Like I said, I added stay to the band just to make it thick. So this is the sleeve. Then the first thing we'll be doing is to fold half inch in. This will serve as our elastic casing. So now this is my elastic. To know the length of your elastic, you measure your bicep area. So whatever your bicep is, just deduct 2 inches from it. Then you insert your elastic into this part here. So you secure it at both edge, then you go ahead and just join it by the side. So you go ahead and join it by the side like this. So after joining, this is what we have. Like I said, for this upper part, we'll be making a pleat when we are about to join it to the main bodice. So these are my sleeves and they are ready. So now this is the main fabric. So I haven't joined it at the side yet. So I'll go ahead and just join it by the side. You know, my sewing allowance is 1.5 inches, so I will join it with 1.5 inches. So for the hemming, I'll be hemming the lower part also right now with just half inch. You know, it's 1 inch we left, so we'll be hemming it with half inch on folding. We fold it half inch twice. So these are my sleeve. Then I'll be starting the joining from the underarm. Then I'll be joining it upward like this. So like I said that I'll be making a pleat at this area. So I can just measure 2.5 inches from this joining at the shoulder to the right and 2.5 to the left. So that will be the part where I'll be pleating. So the pleating will start from there and also end there. So this is what it looks like after pleating it. So this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and join the other side too, which I've done. So for this area, so I'm just trying to straighten this part here. So when you measure this part, you should have 2.5 inches. As you can see, my belt I folded half inch in. This is because I just want to insert this into it. Then I'll just sew on it like this. You can join it any way you want to join it, but I prefer using this method. Just insert this part here, then you join it. So this is what I have after joining, and I've also done the same thing for this other side, and the top is ready. As you can see, the top is very easy to make. If there is any part you don't understand, please let me know in the comment section and I'll be glad to respond to you. As you can see what it looks like, it looks really nice. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.